When I hit the button, I can't stop it.
Happy Friday, everybody!
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault, Taro. I hit the button. Also, where the fuck is my phone?
One thing I will ask you guys about, though, what do you think of the paint job I gave the R&D Optimus? Does that look, like, consistent with the red plastic?
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to make sure the reds don't look too different, you know?
Yeah. Where the where did I put my phone? Oh,
All those.
if I
I was
just
about to
turn,
say, I could...
if
I
I
was just
just
about to...
turn to my left, I would see it.
I was about to say, like, I could probably have helped you just by spamming messages into one of our Facebook groups, and you could just follow the notification sounds.
No, it turns out it was to my left.
Hooray! I don't have to spam shit.
All I was gonna say was the stuff that these YouTubers would do, like involving uh the deaths. Really, it gets on the gold. They all would get the golden chainsaw, if you know what I mean. There,
Oh my god.
it's that bad.
So while I'm working on Wedge, you want to know a fun fact about him?
He has a brother named Biggs.
But here's the fun fact. In the actual RID 2001 anime slash Car Robots anime, when his transformation sequence plays, you know, the detailed animation of him transforming, when his head flips out for robot mode, if you look closely at where it rotates out from, you can see Landfill's face still there in his chest.
What?
Eh,
Because of the way his head and Landfill's head hide in his torso when he's transforming, you can see Landfill's face when Wedge's head rotates out for robot mode.
That's actually
It's brief, blink and you miss it, but it's a neat attention to detail.
that's actually really cool. I like that. Like those blink and you miss it shots. Like I've said this I don't know how many times before, but in Twin Peaks, when when the mother of the victim, Laura Palmer, um has like a psychic freak out, she like shoots up from the chair she was lying on, and you can see a guy in the mirror above her, and it was like a production assistant. But David Lynch was like, you know what? I love that. Hey, you PA, you want a job? And the PA ended up becoming the villain of Twin Peaks.
Cool. But
Um,
yeah, like Transformers anime in general has lots of shit like that, and I that's part of why I love it so much. Like some have mixed receptions and plots. I will still maintain that the only good entry of the Takara trilogy in G1 was Victory. But they do hide little details like that in the transformation sequences.
that is cool. All right, the links have been sent. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Vegas Bear here as always with Mekumon and Taro.
sorry for
And
falling
I'll
asleep
say
at
it
this
again. Happy Friday, everybody.
Unfortunately, we are not doing Mario today because it just doesn't feel right without Jerry.
No kidding.
Seeing as how a lot of
Jerry kind of voices a major character.
well, that and a lot of those banger jokes come from him.
genuine respect for the man's like head for comedy.
Mm-hmm. So today we have an ad starting in like 57 seconds. Okay. Today we are playing the Marvel Midnight Suns. And before I forget, there. So
So while we're waiting on that, how's the weather been for you guys the last few days?
warm-ish and a little windy.
Yeah, kind of the same here, but in my case, I'm just happy that it feels even remotely like spring. It's been feeling basically consistently like spring for the entire week, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I brought up a little something from earlier in the group chat on Facebook about, Cybertronians probably wouldn't even comprehend the feeling we get in our stupid little monkey brains about how it's good weather make happy.
Oh yeah, that's true. Cybertron doesn't really have weather, does it?
It does, but not to the degree we have it. It also depends on the iteration of Cybertron.
All right.
Some have actual water.
Since you guys probably don't know anything about this game, we're gonna start a new game.
I know bits and pieces.
We're gonna
All I
start.
know is that Venom's here.
We're gonna start a new game.
So, fun fact. My only prior experience with the Midnight Suns as a unit is Marvel Zombies.
Ah!
Where Morbius assembled them as an anti-zombie strike force to take down the last remnants of the zombies that invaded from some other dimension.
We got crossbones.
Werewolf by Night got bitten, but because of his weird physiology, the man got infected, but not the werewolf.
Ha ha ha!
So, by just blasting him with his pure moonlight, they were able to undo the zombie infection by just changing him permanently into the wolf.
Mother, sacred harbinger, awaken and
That
proclaim
reminds me
what
of a
is yours.
line
You
from
who rise
Being
with the
Human.
moon in darkness, who prepares the path for the midnight
Okay,
sun.
this one of the main characters who was on his way out, his character died. But because he was a werewolf, he couldn't be a ghost.
Nice show, Doc. Next
Reminds
time,
me of
call
how
Seymour.
you can't be
Better yet,
a werewolf
I'll just
and go to
shoot you and sing a
Sovngarde in
song.
Skyrim.
Like I said, I'm sorry for falling asleep last night.
You are
My
perfectly
guy,
fine.
You're good.
That mission went on way too long. You are perfectly fine.
Honestly, I was just worried about whether or not you forgive me for having to take over voicing your characters.
I was asleep. I don't know how long I was asleep for. By the time I woke up, you were all gone, so it's fine.
You fell asleep in like the last quarter, like the last chunk of the mission.
Yeah, no, I rewatched the video, but like, as I said, I don't know how long I was asleep for after the stream ended.
Fair enough. So, introduction to our big bad, Lilith. I think she is a video game original character.
Oh, fun fact. If memory serves from the little bits I've actually seen, typically the ones involving Venom, but we actually will be seeing, well,
joining you soon.
Ben Parker Tennyson again soon.
Head
Eventually.
back to your magic castle. You ain't welcome here.
Also, yay, Johnny! The original Ghost Rider doesn't like you either.
It's called a sanctum.
I mean,
And welcome or not, this is
he's
where
a
fate
Ghost
has determined
Rider.
the Sorcerer
He's,
Supreme needs
well,
to be.
yes. Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, Loquacious, happy to talk about it.
Tell fate. Answers no.
This is the secret guardian you dragged me.
Gotta love when they
5,000
can use
miles
words
to
like
meet.
loquacious like
Close
that.
the mouth.
Mr. Stark is brash, but I assure you he can be trusted.
Wait,
Uh,
you seriously don't know who I am?
so
The fabric of magic is
I
shifting,
found
Johnny.
this video
The prophecy of the
talking
Midnight
about-
Sun is upon us.
talking
Your
about
last crusade
Ben
cost
10,
me
like
plenty.
someone's fan
This
fiction.
time I
basically.
intend to look after my own.
Apparently,
Hey,
in
pal, I
their
don't think you
fan
understand.
fiction,
Things are changing. 2 plus 2
Uh,
no longer equals 4. Up is sometimes down,
Penny
and
turns
Stranger
evil.
is actually starting to make sense.
and
Do I
Ben
look like
locks
someone who gives
the
a damn
Alien
about
X
any
in
of
his
that?
watch
No,
away.
you look like you should be bouncing for the double deuce. Listen,
I wouldn't
all I
blame
know
Ben
is
for
Halston.
doing that.
And
I
Lord
wouldn't
Halvor
want
says you can
someone
help.
deliberately
That's where you're
evil
wrong.
having access
How's
to
that
Alien X.
That's not the worst part, though.
It's already here.
Elon managed to break,
You're welcome.
that
Robo
lock?
Man.
in a way Ben never suspected.
Iron Man,
In a way, I'm assuming Asmith would finding Robo Man.
Billionaire, inventor, supposedly famous.
it's okay. It's fine.
Robo Man, really?
Yep. Guess Johnny just called him Robo Man.
I see.
So, not to. Well, actually, no. Finish your finish your
What I was
story.
So how they undo the lock?
Johnny Blaze has
They unlocked
sacrificed
it
a great
in a
deal
way
for this
that
world already. I
It
am
didn't give him
certain
back Alien
now
X,
given time.
but it can make all the other aliens in his watch X powered.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Basically, what Shockrock could do for all the other aliens in the reboot.
Oh boy.
Anyway, enough about Ben 10. Time for Marvel.
Alright, so this game is. Okay, so people were upset when they learned what the gameplay was going to be like, but I honestly don't mind. I actually like this gameplay. It's card based.
It's time to duel. Wait, wrong game. Shit.
So, we get 3 card plays, meaning we can play 3 cards. These two are regular attack cards, which have, well, they have a number for how much damage they can do, and there's a number at the bottom that shows how much heroism you'll generate for using the card.
Stand up, my event. Oh, wait, no, wrong one as well.
That's the spirit.
And then we blast you.
Don't go Mega Fort. No, wait, still wrong.
That was really something.
Am I really gonna have to bring out the big guns for this?
There's not really a call-out for Digimon, is there?
So now that we've
Digimodify. Wait, still wrong.
we've generated 2 heroism, so now we can use a hero card. This is, well, I'm not gonna say stronger, but this particular card lets us damage every enemy. And seeing as how the way enemies work in this, it's useful. So I'll explain how they work in a bit, but once we're done with our turn, we just hit the down button on the D-pad, and this happens.
Gate card set. No, wait, still wrong.
See, you brought some friends along.
Minions and elites. There are 2 types of enemies, minions and elites. Minions have no health. Any damage defeats them instantly. They are frail, but still dangerous. Elites have higher health totals and require more damage to defeat. Tip, use attack and heroic cards wisely. High damage cards may be wasted on minions.
That suit may be a marvel of technology, but it's no match for
Knockback.
the mystic arts.
Do I really need to explain it?
Oh, so it's a contest now. Then you take the extra creepy one.
Gladly.
By throwing a minion into an elite, we kill the minion and damage the elite.
Lilith doesn't care about you. I hope you realize that in time.
And it lets us kill this guy.
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
Lost Soul Chat. Wait, no, that's wrong as well.
And now we can use the Axe of Angarumus.
Go fish. Damn it, still wrong.
Avengers Assemble.
Wasn't your signature move.
We'll go with that.
Won't break my resolve that easily.
Okay, in all seriousness though, what I was saying before about my experience with the Midnight
Now
Suns
I
as a
have their
group,
attention, perhaps a blessing is in order.
like,
Something protective?
it all starts
Or a shield in
with
this case.
my first exposure to Machine Man,
Cooperation,
Oh yeah!
just this once.
which was in the previous Marvel Zombies book.
Okay, real quick. Skill cards can allow your character to do different things. This particular one lets me give 20 block to an ally. Meaning they won't take physical damage. Go ahead.
So, the story revolves around Machine Man being selected to enter a portal into the Zombieverse so that he can attempt to find a blood sample of a pure, uninfected human in the world of the zombies so they can attempt to make a vaccine or otherwise block it. This vaccine was, the effort to make it was being led by one Dr. Michael Morbius. But something seems off about old Morbi. A lot of the people who get sent to him either never return, or if they do, they complain about the odor in his lab.
We'll have to deal with a few more, I'm afraid.
I remember this.
You'll need it. I think we pissed them off. Got a spell for
So,
that, maybe?
after Machine Man gets sent into the zombie world, accomplishes his mission, rediscovering, like, his heroic drive, which in this case was rights for robots, because he saw what was effectively a human cloning tank, and saw the trauma that his robot brethren underwent being created just to be destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Machine Man destroyed the cloning facility and made it back to the E616 universe alongside Jocasta.
Eat rock!
Only to find the base is in complete disarray. The facility, I believe it was Sword, it's completely overrun by zombies in their absence.
If I'm being honest, that encounter went better than I expected.
Tony, I've been noticing a recurring gamma spike.
One of the people they end up finding while attempting to gain control of the situation is the 616, Michael Morbius.
Hey, it's Wanda.
The collective works of the universe's greatest sorcerers, and he left them underneath the takeout menus.
As the main timeline, Morbius and Machine Man eventually track down and corner the zombie Morbius.
Okay, kid?
Zombie Morbius just starts screaming about how he's basically invincible. He's a vampire, he's a zombie, he's a Bambi, and cannot be stopped, only for a stake to be driven through his heart. He turns to dust.
Captain Marvel, Earth's mightiest hero, really freaking powerful. Also, Scarlet Witch, Strange's
Bruce and I have been trying
apprentice.
to
It's
reach him
complicated.
himself, but he's
You did the big green guy proud.
Which
Sorry.
leads me to probably one of my favorite quotes from Machine Man out of the whole freaking book. Dude, you just stake the zombie version of yourself.
I can fight.
You're gonna be in therapy
I've
for
got
life.
control now.
Then show me by activating the wards. In the meantime, in honor of our missing companion, The rest of you may feel free to
Morbius,
stash
in light of
away.
this event, and still wanting revenge against the zombies that kept him essentially trapped in the basement pits for a while. He insists that he knows how to track down the stragglers and send them back where they came from, or otherwise destroy them. But he needs to reassemble the Midnight Suns to do it.
Ah.
Yes,
Leading
but not
into the next
fail
book.
to use the front door.
Hi, how about we discuss common hero landing after we take down the bad guys?
Effectively, the end of the Marvel Zombies timeline, at least for most of the main entries.
Is that all?
The actual end of the timeline is the beginning of the timeline, but we are talking about Marvel Zombies Returns, so
We're talking about the Midnight Suns.
Sorry, I'm back. What did I miss? Heard me a lot.
what's funny is that the Midnight Suns arc in this story
Don't know when to quit.
introduces what the fans lovingly dubbed
Glad
Headpool,
they're feeling confident.
Oh.
the zombified, severed head of Deadpool.
I remember Headpool.
Specifically, the Deadpool of the zombie universe, who has his own wacky, wild adventure going.
So, outside of throwing rocks at people, you can also use other environmental things to do more damage. In this case, I can kick a couch.
Oh, but Davenport
Iron
is
Man,
almost a
what the
century
hell?
old. What a waste.
Now I could just have it replaced.
Pretty sure Stray said that Davenport was older than he was.
Watch closely.
Alright. Ooh. Ooh, punchy punchy.
Watch this. At least monsters are wild and unpredictable. These Rentamercs have no gumption.
Fair enough.
I recently found a version of Spider-Man that was made by the same people who made Wolverine and what he is.
As long as I get to hit you back.
Wait, you found a Spider-Man made by the Weapon Program?
Broken their
Yes.
spirit.
Weapon X?
Well, no, Weapon X is what Wolverine is.
Ready when you are, boss. How do these guys just keep showing up?
Either
They
way,
are surprisingly
proceed.
reliable. In any event,
Uh,
she must have at the time she needs to
He
activate
was
the walls of
ordered
protection.
by them to retrieve
Here we go.
Wolverine after he escaped,
I hope Hydra has good insurance.
and I honestly, he's merciless.
Operation.
Oh, this is one of those alternate universe Whiteys. I think I know the one you're talking about.
He ended up
Fair enough.
he ended up throwing a napalm grenade right at Logan's face,
I
Eesh.
heard Lilith is kind of hot. Any of you dorks make a move yet?
and then he asked what his name was, because Logan was talking about that, and he got curious. His boss said, "You don't have a name." He fully allowed, like, his next target was Captain America.
Probably
He
still won't be
allowed
enough, but you can try. We're
Captain
three of the world's strongest heroes, right?
to
Doesn't it seem like this should
beat
be
him
easier?
senseless,
I've punched through Skrull
Causing-
Star Cruisers that went down faster.
finally causing
Something's up.
his bosses to say his real
Hydra
name,
has
Peter,
clearly raised their game. I have a terrible
and
suspicion
then
as
proceeded to
how.
crack the captain's head open like an egg.
Oh, shit. First of all, ow. Second of all, I have found a list of the, of all of the members of the Weapon Plus program.
Oh,
Yeah. Captain America was Weapon 1. Also Weapon 1 was Isaiah Bradley, who would hold the title of Captain America for a while. Also Weapon 1 was something called Protocide.
Oh no.
So he was used as the first test subject for the Super Soldier Serum, but placed in the stasis when the experiment failed. He was revived by AIM, who hoped to use him against Captain America by playing upon his unstable mental state. His costume is dark red with a white 5-point star across the chest and another smaller star over the left eye of his mask. He uses a white V-shaped shield with 2 red stripes running from the top to a blue field at the point containing a single white star. The shield is highly durable, able to withstand blasts of energy without damage, and Protocide can use the point as a stabbing weapon. Lovely. Weapon 2 is something called Wolvertini. And I cannot further elaborate because the page doesn't exist. Weapon 3.
Not yet.
Yeah, Weapon 3 is. Oh wait, hold on. Weapon 2 experimented on animals. It was implied by Grant Morrison that these animal weapons were the animal cyborgs in the comic We 3, not published by Marvel. Weapon 2 was later captured as part of a group of semi-animal characters, including Howard the Duck, Squirrel Girl, Beast, and Rocket Raccoon. He appeared as a squirrel with Wolverine's adamantine skeleton, claws, and intelligence and healing factor, though his claws made a schnuck sound compared to Wolverine's sneak, whatever. Weapon 2... Snicked, thank you.
This isn't some kind of sniper.
Weapon 2 also sports a visor and many of Wolverine's mannerisms. So basically it's Wolverine as a squirrel. Okay. Weapon 3 was a mutant with elastic multi-sensory skin. Originally a barista, he was recruited by the Weapon Plus program to help protect his nation from the approaching Cold War. His skin's durability and elasticity was enhanced. He originally worked in espionage, gathering intelligence from the Soviets. He was eventually sent to Otherworld in order to retrieve the Orb of Necromancy. However, he was stopped by Fantomex, and for the many deaths he caused, subsequently, yes, punished by the Captain Britain Corps and flayed alive. His skin machined off and used to form sentient bullets, some of which came to be possessed by Genoshan soldiers. He survived, however, and taught his muscles to function in a similar manner to his former mutant skin. He later worked with Black Air and the Brotherhood of Mutants and was known as the Skinless Man. He developed a hatred for Fantomex, who he blamed for his current state. He later murdered Fantomex for ripping out his heart, or by ripping out his heart. He was later killed in retaliation by Deadpool. Weapons 4 was said to be employed on various criminals that were ethnic minorities that were test subjects. However, Weapon 4 is actually Project Sulfur. The project spearheaded by Ted Sallis, who research led him to become the Man-Thing. Oh.
Oh, I recognize you.
Yeah. Weapon 5 was originally believed to have been performed on ethnic people, but then during the Vietnam War, then S.H.I.E.L.D. sponsored program under the pseudonym of Sim Soldier used pieces of the ancient symbiote named Grendel and bonded them to various able-bodied operatives in order to fight in the conflict. However, the program was shut down after said enhanced specimens were driven mad by their second skins, having later been captured by Nick Fury and Logan. When the government got hold of the Venom symbiote, they decided to use it as part of Weapon 5 under the name of Project Rebirth 2.0 to create a new soldier with symbiote augmentation. They bonded the suit to former veteran Flash Thompson, which resulted in the creation of Agent Venom. Project Rebirth 2.0 is later shut down by Captain America. The project will resume behind closed doors under the Weapon Plus director William Junger's supervision, supplanting volunteers from a mercenary unit hailing out of Eagle Star International as waiting test subjects for virochemically neutered symbiote samples. The Clintar the Clintar used would purposely have their hive link severed so that the presence behind their progenitor wouldn't irreparably madden its hosts. But it was again put on ice when the demiurgically anointed Dark Carnage went on a killing spree. Jesus, this is a lot. Okay. Weapon 6 gave Luke Cage his powers. Weapon 7, let's see. So let's see. Weapon 7 gave rise to Nuke, Cyber, and I think that's it. Weapon 8 experimented on criminals and psychopaths. Weapon 9, according to artist Rob Liefeld, was originally supposed to be Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool. Weapon 9 is later revealed to be Project Psych, none other than Typhoid Mary. And we all know who Weapon X is.
Kinda hard not to, Bob.
Deadpool was a Weapon X reject, apparently. Weapon 11, no character under the official title of Weapon 11 has been revealed. However, according to artist Rob Liefeld, Weapon 11 was originally intended to be Garrison Kane. Weapon 12, aka Huntsman? Okay. Weapon 13, Phantomax, Weapon 14, no name. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that. Back to the game. There were a lot of weapons, is what I learned from that.
And the list just keeps going and going and going and going and going and flat.
Interesting
Eventually, I think it stopped, but yeah.
If it did, it won't be for long.
The wards.
Also, I love Wanda in this game. There is no like Mass Effect style relationships in this game, but like if there were, I would have paired my male hunter with Wanda.
I'm still a little wary of her after House of M.
I'm worried, dude. House of M, Multiverse of Madness. Take your fucking pick.
Be silent.
It's a case of she's extremely powerful, and I get that, but it's also because of that power that I'm a little wary, a little nervous.
So this just happened.
A fellow daughter of Transia.
It was also thanks to House of M that I learned the harsh lesson that even in a world that's supposedly created to be perfect, Peter Parker will continue to suffer.
Yep.
He's got Dojo's Infinity. Oh, thighs.
I love that the second Tony's unfrozen, he continues his attack, and like...
The prophecy is in motion. Lilith is still out there growing stronger
Also, I
each
like-
second the midnight
I like
sun
how
approaches.
none of us mentioned the fact that Tony said
If
Gozer.
we are to have any
Yeah.
stopping her,
Yeah,
there's
Lilith
only
showed up,
one
he's like,
option
Gozer?
left to us.
I won't go back there.
I mean, that's not the
Must
first time
eventually
Marvel has
face
made
our
references
demons,
like
Miss
that.
Maximoff. However,
Hey, you.
one of us should remain behind to maintain the wards of protection.
No.
See you on the other side.
Then
Dude,
die!
Dude, whenever an extra dimensional being asks you if you're a god, you say yes! There's a Ghostbusters Transformers crossover comic where her, well,
The fabric of
you can
magic
just
is
imagine
unlikely
what
to be
happened when
unfortunate.
Gozer shows up on Cybertron.
Here, exactly.
Make it go,
Salem,
make it go, sir.
Massachusetts. Well, a pocket dimension in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, suburbs. Nice.
Short version,
Welcome
Starscream is kind of
to the
accidentally responsible for the near extinction of the
Home of the
Cybertronian
Midnight
people.
Sun.
The Midnight Suns, the last line of defense against Lilith, according to them.
What the hell is this? Lilith's Junior Demon League?
Wait, it's that jerk from TV.
Which one?
I am not kidding.
Now, if
You know
everyone
how
would just
you know
take
how
a
the
moment-
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was basically thought into existence?
Yes. Caretaker, Last of the Blood, Immortal.
Starscream kind of
formed the
accidentally
Midnight
caused the
Suns.
destruction of Cybertron in the same manner.
Oh god.
His own ego
You're
was
standing on
so
my father.
persistent that even when he's trying not to think, it manifests anyway.
If I could have
And a
avoided
giant
this
King
moment, I would.
Starscream is what showed up to destroy Cybertron.
We're sisters after all.
So,
Any Autobots that made it to Earth are the only ones that survived.
so, note that Caretaker said that Lilith is her sister.
No one can argue that the hunter earned their rest in the first battle against Lilith.
I mean, he just
I
said
only
you
hope they're
immortal.
up for the task once more.
You wizards always make everything sound so lofty. I raised my sister's only child as a weapon against her.
And saved the world in the process.
Now you want me to dig them up and ask them to do it again.
I did not write the prophecy, Sarah. Besides, I am no common grave robber. We are simply reuniting their ethereal essence with their corporal form. Speaking of, it would help to have a mental image for the procedure. Spare no detail. Spiritual identity theft is no laughing matter.
Spiritual identity theft. Alright, I usually play as a male, but for this, I'm going female.
I mean, fair.
Damn!
Speak.
Meikumon, you seen this?
Yes.
That's a lot of hair.
That's what we in the business like to call floof.
Oh, I like this one.
What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah.
I think I'll just stick with this for now.
So while scrolling through Twitter, I saw this one user's post.
No comments. It is freedom to create a character as one sees fit.
We're just gonna go with the default here.
Child of light and darkness, you who tame the night,
One Twitter user's post their own
hear the voice of those who
anime
beseech
Sentai
the
game.
end.
They drawn us first. They made a couple crossovers. One of Angry Birds, and I want to guys come up with multiple Netflix seasons. Next year, because the colors and genders match.
Mother.
They say you're not gonna believe what it actually is.
That's a good thing, right?
I scrolled through the comments. It was Fighting Among Us.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm curious as to who voices the female hunter.
I've seen worse, particularly on myself.
Tony, come on. It's perfectly safe.
That thing wakes up and takes a bite out of you. Don't blame me.
Visiting hours are over.
You can't stay here forever.
There's nowhere else I should be.
Just saw that Stark guy poking around behind the middle table.
Find me as soon as they awaken. And Blade, be nice.
Always am.
Part 1, The Awakening. Okay, so the female hunter is voiced by Elizabeth Grolan.
So cold, but the air burns with every.
She voiced Camila Noseda.
Oh, really?
Yes. She also voiced Trilla Suduri in Jedi Fallen Order. Hold on.
I know this place.
Yeah, I hear it.
In
I
my
definitely hear
dreams,
it.
It was always empty.
Speaking of the Nosedas, actually, apparently both Ida and Luz are in the new Kung Fu Panda movie.
Huh?
I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter.
Don't give me a reason to watch that movie, please.
Okay.
Red has been asking me to go see that movie with him, and I really don't want to. Not because it's Red, because like last time we went to see a movie, it was actually quite enjoyable. I just don't really feel like seeing Kung Fu Panda 4.
To be nice. Relax, Slayer. I'm
Fair enough.
You just don't know it yet.
Yes.
I consider myself lucky to have never watched a single Kung Fu Panda movie ever.
No, they're good. It's just I have to be in a very, very specific mood to enjoy those movies.
Vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
Stupid.
Daywalkers were a myth even to me.
Not stupid. Stupid.
Half human, half demon monster.
Your wish is stupid.
Also we have options.
I do.
So,
and last I checked,
yesterday I saw this video about whether or not Spider-Man from the Insomniac universe could survive the original Arkham Asylum game.
Than you've ever seen, hero.
Such fighting spirit.
And there were two outcomes.
Chose you.
Right. As much as I'd love to see how much weirder this conversation can go.
See, the outcomes were split dependent on Spidey's willpower for the final Scarecrow fear toxin bit.
Yeah!
The others are really gonna love you.
Others?
It's equally likely he could power through it and create some form of antidote for the Titan stuff.
Hope you're up for the challenge.
Much so as him just crumbling under the guilt of losing both Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
So we talked over it, but yeah, we were introduced to Blade, the Daywalker.
If memory serves, my introduction to him was the 90s animated series.
Mine was the movie starring Wesley Snipes. Also, the animated series. Did you know they CG in the third movie? They CGI'd Wesley Snipes' eyes onto his eyes because he refused to open them on set.
I actually saw that too. I can vouch for that.
He was so pissed at the director. Because he couldn't just quit. He decided to just not open his eyes and make it hard for the filmmaker.
And the production crew by extent. Actor hissy fits, everybody.
In Wesley Snipes' case, like the hissy fit was, I believe it was justified because that movie was a fucking train wreck.
Babysitting or not, you realize they still have you out here with the kitties, right?
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, did either of you two see the things Ryan Reynolds was saying about his conversations with Snipes?
No.
If I remember correctly, and I hope I do, there was quite a lot of arguments between them.
Alright, let's talk to Nico.
Hunter. Not sure if you remember me, but
I will be right back.
I'm
the witch who called me back from the grave.
Told you.
Or Nico, but either works. And this is
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
Nico was introducing her friend Ileana.
And I think you already met Blade.
And Robbie cut in line. It's like, hey, Robbie Reyes, nice to meet you.
Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa.
Oh.
How did you?
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
I'm not sure if it's me or just Twitch.
So,
or my Twitch,
home.
but
I guess
I never left.
There's no sound coming out for me.
What?
Well, we can fast forward through the tour then.
Like, I can hear myself through the screen, but not the game.
Well, you know. The Abbey. Basic stuff. Dorms.
The Elgato Elgato's working. There's audio.
Whatever the hell the Forge is. Have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy. Of course, that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then see. Oh, gotta go. Just let's begin.
So that was Lilith, huh? She was a real 90s album cover vibe.
1690s, maybe. Hard to believe she's the hunter's mother.
Resemblance dwindles when one is twisted by Cathan's power.
Whose power?
Cathan, the Elder God.
Is Cathan the Elder God of metal bands?
No.
Tono, read your briefings.
Relax, I'm just spitting him up.
You think now's really the time for that?
It's just
I nearly
really
broke my hand
quiet
on
for
Lilith's
me.
face. She didn't even
On
flinch.
Twitch? Also, hey Taro! Oh,
The phone,
wait.
the funnier I get.
I'm dumb.
That's debatable.
I'm dumb. I'm... Wow. Goodbye.
Okay. No, Bear, come back. That, I was about to say, that won't be clipped by me, because I did them first. So, we're even.
Okay.
So, crazy day, huh?
Crazy indeed.
sense of new blood around here.
No signs of muscle atrophy. You seem pretty healthy for a reanimated corpse. You sure you're not a time-traveling robot?
It's almost impossible to imagine the horror, the atrocities committed on these grounds all those years ago.
Yeah.
And again, we are less than 20 miles from Fenway Park.
I have Twitch at full volume.
Welcome to the War Room, Hunter.
I have to hear.
That's weird.
Big personalities too.
I
like
think
to see
you
me,
need big egos. But none of that matters unless they can
my
help us get to one.
work controller plugged in.
A week ago, this place was like a tomb.
Alright, so, team introduction.
Mind their own business. And now it's a superhero frat house. And someone used all the hot water.
Iron Man. We all know who Iron Man is. Doctor Strange. I would assume that we all know who Strange is.
I'm sure they know of the Sorcerer Supreme.
Actually, I think I hear him make him on, so let me hold off on that real quick.
How long have you two been sharing a room now? A day?
Oh, I don't know. What do you say, Doc? 6, 7 hours?
This is a big castle.
It's called the Abbey. It is your home base. All these rooms will eventually fill up with characters, but for right now, you have Blade in this hall alone. And, where the fuck is everyone else? Oh, it's because Blade right now is the only available hero. So here's the chapel. Oh, right, this. Tarot cards. Each of them represented by different characters of the Marvel Universe. This one is Strength. Electrical energy erupts around Thor as he wields Mjolnir. This card represents great courage in taking control of one's destiny. If we collect all the tarot cards, we get this armor back. Caretaker's Journal. August 15th, 1710. Try to remind myself that 16 is a young age for so much power, but I still lose my temper at times. This child, nearly grown, is rapidly progressing. The training goes well, and I'm optimistic for how we may be able to combat Lilith in the future, but there have been outbursts. We cannot control these. I do worry that we may face some unfortunate collateral damage. It sounds so harsh to put these words on page, but this is the reality that I face. Agatha and I have discussed options for controlling this power, but nothing has worked just yet. My latest attempt is to forge a ward to be worn around the neck. If I succeed, it will not only help the child channel this energy, but act as a shield against detection by Lilith or her minions. Only time will tell. Alright, so I'm just showing off the Abbey before we get into the nitty-gritty. There's also tarot cards scattered throughout the area that are represented by different characters in the Marvel Universe. We found Strength, which is represented by Thor. And I will need that fire rod for later.
Interesting.
So the Abbey is our home base. There's not much we can do at the moment because we're supposed to be where that white waypoint is. But here we have the pool lounge.
I love the freaking floaties.
Yeah, that one's for Nico. That one is just Spider-Man.
I love how Spidey gets to constantly complain that people are merchandising his image and he's not seeing a cent of it because he can't reveal his identity.
We have the training ground here. We have the common room here. This leads to my room. This is Sarah, caretaker's room. Down both halls are the barracks that lead to the chapel that we were just in. And down here is the forge. Tony and Strange have already set up shop, as you can see. The Moon. Moon Knight hides his true identity behind his cloak and shadow. This card represents deception, but also creativity and the unconscious.
Also the batshit insane.
Yep.
I see.
No way to take that back. Moon Knight's not batshit insane. He's shitting bats insane.
Random bullshit, go!
Fascinating. Intriguing. Curious.
Oh, the star. Nova rises up in the starry night sky, surrounded by stars that represent the support of his team. This card symbolizes serenity and hope for the future. And also being overshadowed by Captain Marvel.
I would put on an Nova helmet, actually. I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, so, team introductions. We have Nico, which, if you look at her outfit, she's got a bunch of pins on her.
It's a cloak. And it definitely wouldn't be
There is a red W
I'm calling it now.
that I am pretty sure is a reference to Wonder Man.
This thing is over.
You should probably go talk to Caretaker. I think she's already...
Nico is, are either of you familiar with Nico?
Nope.
A little bit.
She is from the Runaways. They were a group of kids that ran away from their homes when they learned that their parents were actually evil. They all had different gifts and abilities that they used to fight against their parents. This version of Nico is long after this. Of course, we all know Iron Man.
Apocalypse Hunter should have the world saved in less than a fortnight.
I must admit, Hunter.
I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I was introduced to via the Spider-Man cartoon as opposed to the MCU.
Same.
So I guess I liked Iron Man before it was cool.
We also have Doctor Strange. I am assuming we all know who that is.
He ain't no stranger.
And Captain Marvel. This one, much more likable than Brie Larson.
Thank God. Then again, it's also not a high bar to clear.
Oh, she clears it by leaps and bounds. We've got...
Blade gave you his welcome speech on the way in. You should have heard mine. Still have it somewhere on my phone, I think.
We have Illyana. She has an X, like an X badge on her belt. This is because Illyana went to Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. She is a mutant known as Magic, and the younger sister to one Colossus.
Oh, yeah, I actually kind of remember her, because we got to I actually got to see.
Say again. Interference.
I know. So, in one of the comic compilations I managed to get when I was like a wee little Salamon, it was a compilation of different X-Men comics, one of which showed the formation of the team, which included Colossus.
Okay.
And we got to see Colossus's family as we see him recruited. So I am vaguely aware of this character.
She has her own history, which will be mentioned in the game itself. Here, we have Robbie Reyes, the new Ghost Rider. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about this particular Ghost Rider, but he was created with the same idea of Miss Marvel and Miles Morales.
Diversifying the heroes a bit.
And also acting as a sort of successor to the line. Unfortunately, I guess his comics never really took off that much, because he doesn't really... Like, he shows up in crossovers, but he had, like, maybe 2 comic runs, and now they're already announcing a new one. A new Ghost Rider. This particular version of Robbie is different from the comics, however. In the comics, he becomes Ghost Rider because of his evil, demon-worshipping uncle. That's the spirit that resides within him when he becomes, like, as Ghost Rider. In this, it's just a regular come here, damn you. Yeah. A regular run-of-the-mill Spirit of Vengeance. He named it Sparky. But other than that, like, everything about Robbie is the same. He has a brother Gabe that's in a wheelchair. This sort of version of Robbie was seen in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a successor to the Ghost Rider power.
Maybe you are lost?
Anyway. And finally, Blade, the Daywalker, played by Wesley Snipes. Was originally...
As I mentioned, my familiarity came from the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, where his episodes were basically intended to be a backdoor pilot to his own show.
Yes, and apparently he was white for some reason.
White?
Yeah, no, apparently I think Blade used to be white before they changed it.
Things are likely to get
And here we've got
hectic
Caretaker.
around. I wish we could get you settled in, but things are already... Prophecies be damned. It's good to see that face again. You look like it was yesterday.
And you look older. How long was I in that crypt, Sarah?
No more than a few centuries. You were... missed.
Centuries? And what of Lilith?
Fallen by your hand. Until now.
Yeah, so speaking of Lilith...
Tony?
What? The kid's literally speaking of Lilith.
Tony.
That's my name.
Tony. That's Carol and Dr. Spooky over there.
Dr. Spooky.
Help with what, exactly?
Oh, I don't know. Throwing the magic amulet into the volcano? Smiting the Dragon Mother? You tell us, kid. You are the chosen one, after all.
I hear Kitty.
Do you recall anything of that last
Yeah, that's
encounter,
Beaker.
child?
There was a voice. The rest is hazy.
Oh, a voice. That's it? A voice? That's what we have to go on?
Results of your long crypt sleep, most likely.
A minor inconvenience. Everything required to restore those memories is contained within my sanctum. I will simply alert Wanda to prepare the necessary rituals.
voicemail?
Some sorcerer supreme.
Must be mystical interference caused by this little pocket dimension of yours.
Perhaps Agatha can help.
Ooh.
Allow me.
Right, Agatha's here too. She, Agatha Harkness is the mentor of Wanda in the comics. She was a villain in the Disney Plus show WandaVision.
We just call it the mirror table.
And she serves a similar purpose in here as in the comics. She was a mentor to Wanda until
That's impossible. Nothing on Earth could possibly
something.
Oh, comic accurate outfit.
Wanda's in trouble.
Yay.
Wanda is troubled.
For Wanda?
Yeah, I saw the freaking crown thing on her, and I'm like, yay, that's a beast here.
Well, I mean, I guess you didn't see her when we were in the sanctum earlier.
I did have to walk away for a little bit.
With everything going on right now, we simply cannot afford to lose Connor.
Ooh. Dual blade.
Yep.
Even given the fluctuations in the astral spectrum, I should be seeing something. Are you ready? The prophecy of the Midnight Sun does not linger, and neither should we. Lilith possesses the Darkhold. If she forced her way
If I had to go with that, I'm more of a sword and shield guy. But if I had my pick of any equipment, I'd be sporting some web shooters.
Normally, yes. But since your mother breached the sanctum, my sense of the future has grown volutinous in nature.
Is that another language, or...?
Fuzzy. My predictions are fuzzy. For the first time as Sorcerer Supreme, I cannot foresee how the future unfolds, and with my apprentice in danger, we cannot tarry.
Your sanctum will survive. We shall see to that.
Yeah, I just keep hearing Camilla.
Sanctum Sanctorum has weathered its fair share of trouble over the years. Blaze storms, a few short-tempered celestials that issue with the
It's only a matter of time before she drops the swords for L'Chancla.
I do not doubt Wanda's capability, but without my predictive acumen, I cannot bolster
and at that point, no one wants to be around here.
Still, the wards are woven into the sanctum's very essence.
Oh, just wait till the lightsaber gets broken out instead.
Yeah.
In any case, all will be revealed with time. I suggest we make use of it while it still functions.
Just watch, Disney will try to sue us because I had the gall to mention the word lightsaber.
No, we're so under the radar we don't even exist.
About time.
Yay!
Not just about time.
Relatively peaceful existence.
Time, space, reality, the building blocks of magic. All must be constant from
I love how they're just like really strange.
We've heard.
Several times.
Otherwise, I would still be hunting dread maidens in my sleep.
Also, I like Magic's
while I certainly
combat
appreciate the
outfit.
view of this vista,
It's
I fail to see
a
how
suit of
it will hasten
armor.
our return to the sanctum.
Magic is the answer.
It
No,
well,
as I've just
it is
stated,
for one arm.
magic is the problem.
Your magic is not ours. The ground you are standing on exists within
Wait, did you think I was talking about the hunter?
a mystical anchor point to Ileana's
Yeah,
realm that
my
allows
bad.
her to
I was talking about Ileana.
I'll
I
just
might have
let
said
her
hunter. I don't know. My apologies.
I'm seeing the X-Men jumpsuit there.
Yep.
Good to see the old yellow and extremely dark blue.
No, it's black. I think there's a color variant that gives it dark blue.
Any more questions?
So, as a mutant, she can open up portals to Limbo. Granted, this was not something that was so much in her genetic makeup as it was forced upon her genetic makeup. As I understand it, Mephisto forced this power on her.
That asshole again.
You're standing in limbo. Nexus of all realities, both real or otherwise. A chaotic but secret realm beyond the influence of Lilith. Thus far.
Are you certain of that? Because I am sensing all kinds of
dark energy. That feeling you're being watched.
Or a TV show.
General hellhole vibe.
This guy
Yes.
finds a knife.
all these potentialities
That is
converging
able
at
to cut
once.
through legitimately anything, like a hot
Truly
knife with butter.
surprising feat, Miss Rasputin. For someone so young, of course.
But that's not the only thing you can do.
You think this is crazy?
The knife is.
Wait until you see Manhattan.
Knife's blade is two-sided, double-sided. So that
From
thing is
here,
on
magic
both
can
sides of
open
the blade. Yeah.
gateways to just about anywhere on our planet
On the
and beyond.
front side,
We don't want to risk punching
it
through
cut
the
through
wall
anything.
protecting your sanctum, Doctor.
On
So
the
we
back
chose
side,
a safe exit a few blocks over
it
instead.
cuts through dimensions.
Ooh!
It was just a simple
That's a hell of a knife.
Where do I get one of those?
Yeah, specifically, it cuts to the fifth dimension.
I can't set foot in there.
Hey, I'm walking here!
I can't set foot in the fifth dimension.
Restraining order?
Anti-cat laws.
I like
Well, at least
how
we know the
they
wards of
walk out
protection are still in
a
place.
portal wielding swords on their back.
For now.
And the guy just goes, I'm walking here.
One of them just goes, fuck. Well, yeah, that's fair. It's Marvel's New York.
It's Marvel's New York. Not only do they see this stuff on the regular, like at least once a week, but they're also kind of too dumb to live.
No one's getting through.
Also,
Welcome
evil
to
Trump
New
people
York.
are. Because of course.
I hesitate to call this good news, but I'm seeing minimal Hydra resistance
So,
between you
the Hunter has two types of, well, three types of cards. Regular, light, and darkness. Depending on your choices and the types of cards you play, you will accumulate light or dark points. The only thing that does is give you a special suit of armor.
Watch me.
Also a special ability card.
Interesting tactic.
Alright, quick cards. Fuck, I forgot that doesn't have knockback. Alright, time for a whipping.
I have become Cushionmon.
Engaging target.
Emotions.
Hardly a scratch.
Have a cat just choose to sit on you like a cushion?
Fair enough.
My cat did that to me when I was sick.
in your area seems to be growing. Let's assume that's not a good thing.
Oh.
Gamma or not,
I mean, it was fine.
feel the hand of my mother.
Like, I was lying on my stomach and she just got up on my back.
Give the mother my regards in hell.
Make them bleed.
Yeah, I'm kind of pinned on my left side now because the cat's sitting on my right.
Steak! Wait, no. I should use this.
And just as I say that, Beaker decides he's had enough and chose to leave. Kitty has had sufficient cuddles.
Time to test your worth.
Wanda is calling out to me. I feel her struggle.
And now they have bleed, which is basically poison.
I see bleed damage, my brain goes to Team Fortress 2, specifically a meme strategy called the Flava Flav Scout.
I'm still in my
The
prime.
what?
Alternatively, the Bleed Scout.
Here it comes.
See, in Team Fortress 2, there's a status called Bleed, where it is basically what it is here. It's like being poisoned. You're losing damage over time.
Weak for this fight.
Some weapons can cause this status effect. And for the Scout class, there's 2 of them you can use in the same loadout. So people have assembled obnoxious loadouts based around this combination, and it goes by 2 names. Bleed Scout for its function, or Flava Flav Scout because you're trying to be as annoying as possible. I was expecting him to Hulk out.
Nope.
Weakening. Cannot let them fail.
Now that I have the clearest view I had yet of this costume, I'm going to say I like this outfit. It's very comic book accurate as opposed to like MCU flavor as far as I know.
Oh God.
I don't think I've ever seen the Scarlet Witch in the MCU. I know she's there.
Have you seen Age of Ultron?
The neighborhood
No.
association is not
Civil War?
like this.
No.
I'll handle it.
Okay.
The most I've seen of the MCU in years were the individual Spider-Man movies.
Also,
Oh boy.
Venom has never looked uglier. We are Venom and you are lunch.
Eddie, I think you need to eat a Snickers.
He's more than this Snickers.
You need-
needs appetizing exorcism.
I was just about to say an exorcism.
It calls itself Venom. Until now.
I know there's Captain Holy Snickers you can use.
Where did you get holy Snickers?
I love how Strange said that Venom is a very pale imitation of a very young heroic friend of mine. A very heroic young friend of mine.
No.
Yeah.
Strange just called Venom a Spider-Man knockoff.
Yep.
Weak, even for Hydra.
And yeah, I'm assuming it's Eddie Brock in here.
It is. It is absolutely Eddie Brock.
Because worst case scenario, it's Mac Gargan.
Leave some for
Oh
the
hell
rest
no.
of us.
Excuse me. My allergy to bullshit kicked in the instant I mentioned Mac Gargan Scorpion. Mac Gargan Venom, I mean.
Yeah. So that is Eddie. They are under the control of
It
Lilith.
is all coming
Hence
back.
why he's called Fallen Venom.
I do kind of like the weird horns he's got going. Like, he does look sufficiently monstrous like this.
Anyone who has fallen under Lilith's control has this type of, like, demonic look to them. There are at least 4 fallen characters I remember. I won't...
You called him ugly, and yes, he is, but there's a way of doing ugliness in style.
I won't spoil who 2 of them are, but I will spoil the other one. Sabretooth.
It seems I'm indisposed at the moment.
He looks... Yeah. No, go ahead.
I have to ask, is it Eddie who's being demonized, or Venom himself?
Both.
This house belongs to me.
See, here's a fun little technicality. Venom is not the suit, nor is Venom Eddie. Venom is the combination of both. By their own description, in this very game.
We are Venom.
Thankfully, no.
Like, Eddie straight up spells it out. Venom is not the suit. Venom is the combination of the suit and the host. The suit is itself an individual, separate from Venom.
Hey, I better freeze Strange.
Your mother abandons you.
This is...
Also, I'm just gonna say, seeing character development for Eddie over the course of, like, comic history, you could genuinely say Peter Parker and Eddie Brock are actual friends now.
That's actually amazing.
They did manage to eventually clear the air between them and, like, settle things. Eddie did a lot of soul searching while he was struggling with his cancer. You can also kind of thank Mr. Negative and Anti-Venom for his eventual return to the light.
Alright, he is far enough away. He didn't take that much damage, but I'll put Strange on him. Gives me a nice, gives me a light point to use.
Someone could really tell Blade that bullets don't really work too well on symbiotes.
The only thing stronger than its fists is its breath.
To be fair, I don't think he's actually ever fought Venom in this universe.
We may not be ready for this thing yet. Might be smarter to pull back until we know what we're up against here.
Alright, +5 damage to every card.
I want to just stress just how bulletproof symbiotes are for the uninitiated. Anti-Venom, which is basically inverted Venom here, tanked a shotgun blast to the face and proceeded to spit out the bullet.
I doubt they'll be up anytime soon.
No escape from me, demon.
Like, these things are durable, as long as you're not using fire with sonic waves. So, fun fact. When Norman Osborn took over S.H.I.E.L.D. and made his own kind of pseudo-Avengers...
Oh! Yeah!
I love this suit!
Being friendly. Seemed like you folks could do that.
No,
I didn't-
seriously, I like this design.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but like just look at our boy.
The tongue was gross close enough, but...
I am so happy to see Pete here.
Wow, Venom is really angry.
Always nice to see you too, buddy. So, I'm thinking your friends here could use a little break. How about I take Eddie here for his afternoon walk? Don't worry, Doc. That's just his way.
Also, I'm happy that they brought Yuri Lowenthal to voice this guy.
I know. It's not the same Peter from the Insomniac games, but it's still.
I would have also accepted Josh. I would have also accepted Josh Keaton or Chris Barnes.
Mm-hmm. Also, after completing every mission, you get a comic cover, as well as gloss, which you can use to buy outfits or upgrades for your room. And you also get mission rewards. In this case, Gamma Coil. You'll figure out what that is in a minute.
So, finishing my train of thought here, Norman Osborn took his team of Thunderbolts, which at the time consisted of Venom. Trying to remember the names of the other two. Radioactive Man and Songbird, I think? And you realize the other two are basically there to keep Venom on a leash.
Just to play the hero.
Their contingency plan to put Venom down if the Sonics weren't enough was to have Radioactive Man effectively use radiation to put Venom into a brief coma.
I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than
the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less. We'll talk more later. Get some rest.
Also, any characters you go out on a mission with, you will gain friendship. If you max out the friendship of your crew to 5, like 5 hearts, you'll be able to unlock something very special.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail?
I'm kind of hoping Spidey comes back so we can recruit him.
He does.
Don't worry, you'll get there. With a little help.
And where exactly am I going?
Oh, that's the real question, isn't it? Sky's the limit for you, my friend. Unless you'd be up for wearing a space helmet. You do breathe air, don't you? You know what? It doesn't matter.
I will say though, like, I really loved that suit he's wearing. It's a nice kind of medium between comic accurate and movie accurate when it comes to the different movie series.
Besides, no one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Cutscene. My bad.
No, you're fine.
So,
You're fine.
Here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
Quill? What quill?
But I do not have a quill.
Even better.
Relax, Tony. I simply jest. It is an ink derived of the spider lily flower. Red spider lily flowers.
Of course it was. Obviously.
With just a touch of Manphibian blood. For power.
Haha! Another zinger. And we'll just leave it at that. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
I love that Tony is terrified of this place.
I'll comment on his voice. It's actually kind of neat to hear this take. It's almost like a halfway between the movies and Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual: private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But
And it
also comes
definitely
with access
exudes
to
the charisma Tony's known for.
social network exclusively for
Alright, so Superlink.
You might ask, Tony, aren't you producing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
Another Wonder Man reference. So Superlink is basically like social media for superheroes. First post. What do you mean? We've had Superlink for months now. We use it every day. I meant first post that the Hunter sees. Robbie, you can't keep doing this when someone new joins Superlink. Yes, I can. He means he will throw your spark in the lagoon. You wouldn't do that, right, Blade? Right, Blade? Fine, last time. First we make Wanda leave, now we leave her to die. Some heroes. I assure you that was not the case. She was sent to you for protection. I see how that worked, Supreme Sorcerer. We both know it was more complicated than that, Miss Rasputin. I took Wanda as my apprentice for a reason. Have faith she can handle herself. Strange did everything he could to get the Wanda. So did I. And the Hunter. Take a breath, Illyana. We'll get her back soon enough. Wanda should be here with us. Of that, I am in agreement. Hunter's Journal, April 3rd, 1703. Aunt Sarah wants me to practice my letters. And so, here I am. But every time I dip this pen in ink, I just want more and more to go out beyond the yard into my secret spots. Left my dolls scattered about before the storm, and I'm afraid they're hurt. Do dolls hold grudges? Agatha says they don't, but I still feel sad for them.
My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again. We were all so happy then.
Agatha and Sarah with Hound. It should say Agatha and Sarah with Charlie, but hey, whatever. Created in 1710, painted by Sally Owens, oil on canvas.
There never was enough room for my armor in this thing.
So, yes, this is the outfit customization. We can pick whatever. Well, I mean, we have to unlock it first. Okay, I gotta say, it's weird seeing this character wear these clothes because I'm so used to the male Hunter wearing these clothes. And it's like, they barely fit him. It's like his chest is a cardboard box.
Like a Rob Liefeld drawing or something?
Not as bad as that. And room upgrades. We can add things to the, well, to the room. And because I love my dog, I got her a better bed. And a bedside table. All right. She is. Lilith. Charlie!
Charlie!
I love this dog.
I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh, it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. That's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. But I also know the battle that rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something.
I love Charlie.
This was a lot easier when it was just you and
Such a good
heading
pop.
the Dark Legion as
I
we
don't
traced
even
through the
freaking
woods.
care
Don't forget about Agatha.
that she's a hellhound. Look at her. She's adorable. She's a good dog.
There is my ferocious Charlie girl.
Hellhound or no, she's an overgrown puppy. Seriously, look at that smile. How could you not feel your heart melt?
Yeah. Right.
And this is coming from a cat person.
Daily Bugle repost. Bot. Spider-Man and his amazing friends, nice reference, unleash monster upon city. Garish Bleecker Street Manor sealed off by authorities. When will the Spider Menace and his pet ink monster end their trail of destruction through Greenwich Village? And let's not forget about disgraced surgeon Stephen Strange. Is he in cahoots with the web-slinging wrongdoer? Did he hope to turn his row house into a no house? Garish, by the Ancient One, who runs this paper, Mephisto? Figures, I'm not even mentioned in the article. Have we heard from our pajama-clad friend? Still nothing, but based on the police band radio chatter we intercepted, I'd say they're closing in on Little Italy. Doubt they're stopping for a slice. Everyone knows it's all about the linguine and clam sauce there. At least you didn't say gabagool. Indeed, I met a gabagool once. We definitely do not want to invoke one of them right now. So, Spider-Man, not that easy. These boys move too damn fast. Keep at it. Even in New York City, those two stand out. And then, swooping in at the last second to save the day, leading away the carnivorous sludge monster, keep NYC safe. Just gonna say it, he is the hashtag Astounding Spider-Man.
Ooh, Astounding is a new one.
He had too many words. Don't let those words or the red and blue pajamas fool you. Spider-Man is no joke. Wow, looks like someone made a friend. More like an enemy of an enemy. Starting to think we could use more of those. There's that old Avengers tolerate your spooky, strange teammates attitude I was looking for. I know who's going for this month's Team Spirit Award. Hashtag Blade Cares. I have to go train.
Hey. You'll be back to your old self in no time, kiddo.
Hunter. Next thing I know.
You can also find little things around the Abbey, like essences, credits, more gloss.
Something about them.
Now,
I wonder if the heroes have like alternate costumes they could unlock.
They do.
However, it might shatter the containment spell, preventing him from.
If there's a version of the black suit for Peter out here,
I already own it.
I think we're good. Just in time.
I'm just hoping that that transfers to the save file. Otherwise, I'm not.
I mean, it should just materialize in every new save. It's not save specific when you download a costume like that.
It all makes sense. Well,
I would hope.
The esoteric terror of the situation.
Otherwise, I'd only have had the Raimi suit for one save file in Spider-Man PS4, you know?
Serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
Like, when you get DLC like that, it's specific to the copy of the game, not the save file they're in.
Well,
Caretaker did not mention that you two were.
the way this game works is like I didn't buy DLC costumes. I bought credits that unlock the costumes.
Try it on. Still think it could have used a cloak.
Strange, you think everything could use a cloak?
I mean, he's not wrong.
The man's got a sense of fashion. Let him cook.
Damn near indestructible. And we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration. I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn
Then again, I'm also just having flashbacks to Edna mode screaming, "No capes."
Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
Yeah, find me unlocks cloak for this costume. I was wrong.
I mean, granted, Edna's entire argument against capes was purely for practical reasons, them getting caught and snagged on everything.
That's why you have the cast-off capes.
Was this close to making it menthol flavored?
That's why, like, you make sure that there's like a thing that comes undone if the cape gets caught on anything.
From your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
Or you just be like Spidey 2099 and have the cape be an optional piece.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
That apparently is retractable?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
Either way, this suit's got an interesting origin, being a combination of technology and magic.
And modular enough for future upgrades.
Most of the Hunter suits are like that.
Suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
Before the Fire Nation attacked.
But you and the Doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then.
Also, I believe Ty Lee is a air nomad.
I could believe, honestly, like, I could see her becoming an air nomad when, like, in Legend of Korra, when, like a bunch of people just suddenly start becoming airbenders.
Excuse me.
In
Seen
the Fire
anything
Nation,
strange around here?
it's typically
Other than my roommate?
black hair,
Roasted.
yellow eyes, and
But on a more serious note, this place is
facial features,
legitimately
yes?
haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room
Riley has
rearranges
brown
itself.
hair,
And worst of all,
brown, grayish eyes,
magic
and roundish
cats.
facial features. Gee, now 2 of those sounds like someone we already know.
Was it suspiciously elusive? Even
There's
for
also
a
this
cat?
theory that Tenzin's
Actually,
wife
yes.
is Ty Lee's
I was
daughter.
going crazy there for a second, but clearly I'm still firing on all cylinders. It just poofed in next to me out in the yard. Small, black, furry. Cute little thing. Probably some kind of shapeshifting monster knowing this place.
For a minute there, I was like, wait, what? Wait, wouldn't she be too old?
I honestly have no idea. I didn't come up with a theory.
Because, like, we're talking about Aang's son, Tenzin, right?
I mean, it's just a theory.
I didn't say I believed in it. I just said that the theory exists.
What sorts of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need.
Yeah. Also, the way
Sounds
she moves
insane, but
around.
sometimes it's easier
and the
to
way
just
she
go with it.
fights. Kind of pacifistic, if you know what I mean, don't you think?
A little bit.
I
yeah.
mean, her whole shtick is taking away the opponent's ability to fight instead of dealing damage.
It could be she's descended from air nomads.
If that's the case, then if she was around when the whole spiritual whatever her that had created more airbenders in Korra had happened in, say, Last Airbender, I could see her becoming an airbender.
Yep.
Okay, so why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to
Just
work
watch.
that way? We can't just wish
In
it
a
on
scenario
star.
where this happens in
need
the
to
Last
know what we're making
Airbender
first and put together the right
and all these new airbenders pop up,
Otherwise, I'd have already
and
whipped up
Sokka's just
strange new
going,
personality.
everybody's getting bending, and I'm still stuck with this.
Holds up Boomerang.
You must have an interesting...
Sad thing is, I think Sokka is more useful without bending.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. He's like, first of all, jokes aside, that Boomerang is really good. Second of all, I would argue that he is a master swordsman.
I mean, he trained under a master.
He's also a brilliant tactician.
Very imaginative.
Yes. And before anyone goes, oh, but his plan to raid the Fire Nation failed. That only...
It failed due to circumstances outside of his control.
Exactly. Exactly.
You seem well adjusted enough, considering.
Exactly. Which means there's hope for you yet. I find these
And
apocalypse scenarios
secondly,
will save you
had those
tons of
factors not popped up, the plan would have genuinely succeeded.
Yup.
Dude had a brilliant strategy. It just so happens that he was up against a strategist he didn't know was there.
You found from that hopped up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains
Or at the very least, slightly underestimated his
Meet
enemy.
me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
Even then, like, he made up for his mistake and, like, eventually came up
with a strategy on the fly during the comet, and it worked.
Yeah! Sokka doesn't need bending.
And this is why I say he's more useful without bending, because if he had it, chances are he'd just rely too much on it and forget to think.
I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority.
But yeah, like Sokka's a fucking genius. He doesn't.
Plus, it really would kind of meddle with the character development he has over the course of the show if he could just rely on what he initially described as magic. Which, as much as people will argue against it, he's not wrong.
There is no actual explanation as to how people are able to do that. Yes, they learn.
It is the world's magic system.
Yes, they learned how to bend the elements through like through the different creatures on the planet, and before that, they were just given the gift by freaking lion turtles. But it's
and spirits apparently.
But it's still magic, because there's no explanation of where it comes from. We don't even know what the lion turtles are.
I'm just sitting here, like, even back then, when the show was new, when Katara vehemently denied that bending was magic and insisted it's water bending, not magic, I'm just sitting here going, same thing.
Common side effects when one is pulled back into the light. Believe me, I know.
All types of bending are just different flavors of magic. It's the same fundamental magical force, just augmented in different ways.
In any event, I, for one, do not know if
I also love how, like, I also love how there's, like, so many different, like, subcategories of bending.
And more are constantly being invented as people start thinking outside the box.
Metal bending didn't exist until Toph figured it out.
And really, Toph was the only earthbender who could have eventually figured out how to metal bend because of the unique circumstances around her life. Because she sees with her earthbending, thanks to being blind, and having learned from badger moles doing so, she sensed the different earthy impurities in the metal box she was trapped in and learned to move that. It was a desperation play to get out of being captured, but it was still the invention of metal bending.
Yup. And let's see, what else was there? There was
one could argue that lightning bending or just energy bending in general capacity.
Well, yeah, no.
Energy bending is a different thing. Lightning bending is just an extension of fire bending.
You could, well, yes, but it's also, I believe it could also count as like sub bending, as like a subcategory, similar to metal bending with earth bending.
I mean, Iroh invented the technique by studying waterbenders.
You have run into it before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Damn.
The redirection thing, I mean.
Oh, I was about to say, like, he invented lightning bending?
No, I mean, he invented the redirection technique via studying waterbenders. I'm pretty sure lightning bending has been a thing for ages.
How does Eddie
Also,
feel about this arrangement?
Kind of confused how non-benders can teach a bender how to bend better, but
under Lilith's spell, they've clearly become more cohesive than ever before.
I guess that is the case for Azula. Both her bending mentors didn't bend.
Huh. It could be like a it could like be like a philosophy and psychological thing.
Either way, I'd still take Iroh as a mentor over her Azula's teachers any day.
Yes. Let's see. Other forms of sub-bending. Sand bending.
Lava bending.
Lava bending. Which, like, when Bolin, like, fucking did that shit, I was like, no, that makes sense. That makes perfect fucking sense.
Because it's still molten earth.
And also because one of his parents was an earthbender and the other was a firebender.
It's literally just him tapping into his heritage.
Exactly! Let's see. Combustion bending.
Tell me about your
As strange as it is, it counts.
Yeah. Combustion man and combustion woman. I don't think they ever explained how that works.
Encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells.
I love the subtle storytelling with Combustion Man's design, though, with how many of his body parts were like replaced with artificial, equivalents, implying that he blew parts of himself up before.
Yeah. Also, the way the Combustion Woman died. Oof.
I mean, both Combustion people had gruesome ends.
That's gotta be the most brutal I think Avatar has ever been.
I mean, remember, Combustion Man ended up getting hit right in the third eye tattoo with a boomerang and proceeded to self-destruct.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Pseudoscience in the modern day.
It's like Guyver 2 when they hit the control metal, and like he just starts mutating uncontrollably.
Built their temples along these lines.
Also, probably Sokka's most impressive kill.
2 such lines at the Sanctum's location. Needless to say, the wards benefit greatly.
Let's see. Swamp bending is, I guess that technically counts.
Water bending, yeah. Because they're bending the water in the plants. Which, by that extension, blood bending.
That is the scariest fucking thing I have ever seen in a Okay, no, that's not the scary. Actually,
it's one of the scariest things in this show.
It's one of the scariest things I've seen in children's shows.
That must have been something.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she
But,
would be able to control
yeah, no, blood bending. Fucking scary.
as their training.
It's not necessarily a sub-bending variant of air bending, because by its nature we didn't really get to see too much of that. But seeing someone get the air bent out of their lungs and forcibly suffocated that way,
I wouldn't say that's a sub-bending thing. I would say that's just a regular, that's just an airbender technique that they don't use because they're pacifists.
This is kind of where I was going with that. I wouldn't call that a sub-bending thing myself either, but I am saying it's damn scary.
Yeah.
Was a hot topic at Ye Olde Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Spirit bending.
I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins.
Otherwise known as energy bending.
Yeah. Which I think Aang may be the only one who could actually do that.
For a while.
This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Korra somehow managed to pick this up.
Would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom.
Just imagine.
Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play this game.
You are not suggesting.
Oh no, Pazuzu would not allow it.
No, nothing like that.
In the hypothetical here, Felix would be a non-bender.
I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
Data bender.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here, and I can whip up some
data bender.
How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change?
Otherwise, learning to bend electricity itself, no firebending required.
Alright, so Coil, basically, it gives you new cards.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
And now that we have duplicate card, it's time to go to the training yard.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days.
Just imagine.
Caretaker put me in charge of your
To
training.
get dropped off
Too
by
bad you didn't listen to
one of
me
the other.
yesterday. Now that we know what we're up
One of the other
against, I think we can all use the practice. Any
This is
questions?
purely hypothetical, of course. One of the other gods suggested to let them take the
right when it's time to train.
Cyclone Riders for a
From all
bit.
Sarah told us about you,
takes him to the world of Avatar, and then Pazuzu finally sees what he allowed.
All right.
What he allowed their sibling to do. He immediately takes it away.
I can just picture they explained Felix away in that universe as being a raccoon cat.
Do your thing.
Good to see you. Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol, Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel.
They show up. No, the writers show
Carol's
up.
fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team.
Let off elemental-based attacks.
Throwing a few rounds
Someone
in the
goes,
Vampire Guy's
"We
magic
got benders!"
sounds like fun.
What?
We've got bigger fish to fry.
Benders! We got benders over here! See, no one cares.
Vulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the symptom.
It's my favorite line from Jurassic Park. Dachshund! We got Dachshund over here! See? No one cares.
That's from Jurassic Park?
Yes. Dennis Nedry is meeting with Dachshund. And like they're planning to steal like the DNA samples of the dinosaurs. And like Dennis Nedry is like the inside man, the one that Dachshund's bribing to get the stuff. And Dachshund's being like super careful about the whole thing. He's got shades, a hat, different shirt.
Gotta find a workaround. As in Hydra. They've gotta know the way inside.
He's a spirit, then
Steve's
why can I
always said
see him?
They aren't much for talking. But then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need
You're
to
dead.
be.
Bye.
Just how far are you willing?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power.
Quantum.
Switch just lagged big
You'll
time
see.
for me.
Find me in the war
Same.
room when you're finished here.
Yeah.
There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
It seems more like a Twitch problem since Taro and I had the same issue.
Did you see Did you see Bear starting to glitch out? Like,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Hey. Nice to get some fresh air.
Like, it stops to buffer,
we
then I
trade,
got
you
the
had
glitchy crap, and then it finally
Can I
caught up
ask
to itself.
I guess.
Yeah.
Is your name really Blade?
You know what, that's
Is
what I
your
was thinking.
name
That's
really the
terrifying,
Hunter?
seeing Bear glitch out
Yes.
like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want to
Your
go back to the
mom, before
Tibby
she
universe,
became the
thank you.
mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
You were
That's
talking
how I
over it,
understand
but
It takes
the
all
Hunter
kinds.
asked, "Is your name really Blade?"
So,
And Blade responds
your
with,
name really
"That depends.
Blade?
Is your name really the
No.
Hunter?" Yes.
What is it?
Oh.
It's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
First of all, you only met like today. No, 2 days ago.
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
Right.
How is that
Forgot
possible?
Blade's half vamp.
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the
What?
womb. I'm lucky I was
How
even
did she
born.
forget that?
Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
Because I don't really, I don't, like, out of all these characters here, like, I don't follow Blade that much. I know some of his story, sure, but sometimes some of it slips my mind.
How long have you been around?
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s, maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop.
So,
not until I met Caretaker.
On the note of comic book stuff, I hear the new Ultimate Universe is being relatively well received.
Nice.
Especially in the case of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, okay, not to interrupt, but I just found a bending chart. I don't think it's official, but it does bring some interesting things to mind. So at the center you have a white lotus, and to the, like, I guess if we're talking compass terms, to the north is Earth. West is water, east is fire, south is air. Now, the four do like, it's one of those Venn diagram things. So like, there's overlap. Fire and earth has lava. Fire and air is combustion. Water and earth is mud. And water and air is clouds. There's also like four things that are that there's a little bit of overlap, but they're mostly like outside of the diagram. Tsunami between earth and water, volcano between earth and fire, thunderstorm between fire and air, and hurricane between water and air. And like, as for the rest, earth has metal, seismic sense, magnet. Water has plant, healing, blood. Air has flight, spirit projection, hypersensitivity. And fire has jet propulsion, lightning, and energy reading. Sorry.
That's good. All I was gonna say was, it sounds like the reason we have an Ultimate Universe again is because the heroes are keeping their promise from when all these universes collapsed in the first place. They're attempting to remake them with the cosmic powers they have access to.
Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
In this case, they're remade in such a way that a lot of the superheroes never got their power.
I was acting on more than just instinct.
So we have a version of what I can only assume is Tony Stark or Reed Richards, one of the two, I don't remember exactly, going around trying to re-give the heroes their powers.
So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course
in the case of Spider-Man, or rather Peter Parker, growing up without powers, he's married to Mary Jane in a seemingly very stable and loving relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Very well communicated at that. They've got two kids.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong bond. I just can't remember where exactly Peter's working.
Alright, well, I am gonna load...
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
am gonna load up... Ooh, wait, how far behind is this save file? Rut-row.
All I was gonna say on the matter was the most interesting detail is who's still here.
Ben?
Oh yeah, now I remember. Both Uncle Ben is still alive, and both he and Peter are working for the Bugle.
What in the actual... Okay, so... This put me way further back than I thought. Give me a second. Only the 3. The rest are autosaves.
My symbiote's giant tongue lets us taste more flavors. Not in a creepy way.
Right, okay, so, yeah, we have most of the heroes here. So, regular outfits. We've got some regular stuff for Hunter, some of which has his logo. Something called Citadel, the Mightiest, which I might as well grab. Above the Law, First Family, Witch Hat Salem, Love, Pulling Strings, Still Running, the Runaways, Book Club, Emo Kids, Shop Class, Dark Hunter, Hunter, White Camo, Gold Standard, Hunter, Pent Up, Ecstatic, Fancy Cat, Hunter, Blue Camo. Oh, man, there's a lot here. More than I remember. Yo! Yo, there's an Iron Fist one! Alright, as for combat outfits, we've got Hunter, with various different color options that I may or may not have not bought.
So one of the things they actually bring up as like a recurring theme is that as Peter gets further and further through the comic, he talks to Ben and MJ alike and tells them that he feels like something's missing. Like he feels like he could be doing more. And at the end of the comic, that's when he's approached with the opportunity to reclaim his original powers, which, bear in mind, he has no memory of ever having.
Yeah. Alright, we got the Borderline outfit. We've got the high-tech outfit. We have the Demon Child. We have Faithbreaker. And yes, this is exactly what you think it is, Mekumon.
Ooh.
For color options, we have Agony, All Black, Bone, Toxic, Malaise, Null's Blessing, and Carnal. We have Salem, which is the suit we start out with. Dark, I unfortunately never unlocked. We have Light. We have the Midnight Sun. We have Ancestral. And Super I get for beating the game. Now for Blade. Book Club, Underground, Gym Rat, Default, Shadow Warrior. For combat outfits, we have his Default with various different color schemes. We have Night Stalker with Carolina, Miami Nights, Shadow Walker, and the Chiller. And then we have his Midnight Sun armor, which just looks like the Demon Hunter armor I don't have access to. Captain America default with Army Man, Red Guardian, the Russian Captain America, U.S. Agent, Stealth, I don't know which one this is, Patriot, On the Hunt, Night Shift, Steel Wind. That's not U.S. Agent. Wait. Oh, no. This is Hail the Dream, as in Hydra. This is U.S. Agent. My bad. We got Future Soldier. There's Captain of the Guard, which I don't have. And then Midnight Sun. Yes, the star is flaming. We got Captain Marvel. I didn't go over... You know what? It doesn't matter. We're just going to go with the combat suits. For Captain Marvel, we have her default 6513 binary classic, as in Miss Marvel. Night Shift, Marvelous, which I believe is a reference to the original Captain Marvel. Kree Warrior, Fireball, Royal, Shield Agent, and Steel Wind. We have Marvel, again, another reference to her predecessor. We got OG, Shining Example, Steelheart, and the Standard. Basically, her color scheme in this costume. Medieval Marvel, which I don't have, and then Midnight Sun. Okay, I was just showing off the costumes, and I was gonna end the stream.
I want to skip over to Spider-Man then, if we're just gonna end things here. Spidey and or Venom.
All right, well, here's Deadpool's fucking Midnight Sun outfit. Because Deadpool is a DLC character, his 2 extra outfits are free. Deadpool the Kid, and X-Force. Stephen Strange, Midnight Sun. Wait, what does Robbie look like? Ooh!
Yo.
Ooh! Also, Spirit of Vengeance, because why not?
But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.
Alright. Tony's Midnight Sun armor. Ileana's Midnight Sun armor. Michael Morbius! He doesn't have his... Fuck, he doesn't have his Midnight Sun armor. Damn. He's got his Midnight Sun in classic outfits. Nico.
I've noticed a recurring theme where Midnight Sun stuff for her certain characters has, like, fire. Lots of fire.
Mm-hmm. Lots of runes. Wanda. Midnight Sun. And also Boss Witch. Here you go. Spider-Man. So, we have Bad Intentions.
I look forward to watching the stream catch up to it.
Big Time. Flame. Neighborhood. Military Grade. Hunter Spider, Foundational, Night Shift, Steel Wind, and Technically. Then we have his Midnight Sun outfit. And of course, there's also Demon Spider, which like I didn't get, but there is also, of course, the symbiote.
I think Foundational was supposed to be a reference to the future Foundation.
I think it was. We have the blue symbiote suit, green symbiote suit, gray symbiote suit, and then red symbiote suit. Not much in color variations, but hey. Storm also does not have her fucking Midnight Sun. Damn it.
Ooh, it's a little late, but there's a little trivia I want to share for that first symbiote suit, the dark blue one with the red spider.
Okay.
That's actually the original design draft for the symbiote.
Oh.
The original design of the black suit had red eyes and a red spider.
Huh. We also have suit Storm's like original costume. Eddie Brock. We've got Venom. We have the clean color. It basically makes the white spider black. Crimson Grin. Friendly Neighborhood Symbiote. Project V. Night Shift. Lethal. In Null We Trust. Spirits of Venom. Steel Wind, and Toxic Protector. As a Midnight Sun.
Never did like the look of Venom without the spider.
Venom looks pretty damn cool. There's Anti-Venom with Bone Deep, Carnivore, Double Negative, and Purge. And Fallen Venom with Fiend, Hellfire, Lethal Shadow, and Redeemed. Wolverine! So this is his default outfit with the yellow and brown. I gave him the yellow and blue because it just isn't Wolverine if he doesn't have that.
This reminds me of a thing Spidey and Venom said back to back in Web of Shadows. Is this some kind of damn superhero fashion show? Because I've got some orange and brown tights that put you to shame.
Midnight Sun. Look what they did to his claws. Whew. And then there's Logan, which has the bone claws, actually. Holy shit. And then X-Force. I have him in the... I have him in like his original costume colors, but this is what it usually looks like. And that's it. Let me just re-equip Midnight Sun. I hate that my progress has been lost, but it's whatever. Most of it was just side missions that I did, so All right. We are at 2 hours and 25 minutes. So, thank you all for watching. This has been VegasBear92.
Meikumon.
And Taro was here earlier. And we will see you tomorrow with probably Night in the Woods. So
Nightmare Eyes.
So until then, peace.